Hello, hello, hello. So, Meg's Vasily back for another episode of the podcast, The Infinite CEO. We really need to understand, people, that your energy is infinite. Energy itself is infinite. There is no beginning to energy and there is no end to energy. And therefore, energy just goes around and around and around. It keeps expanding, it keeps evolving, and it keeps shifting. And it's beautiful because it means that we are never blocked from it. So we had the day one of the sacred money energy, and it was so, so powerful. And in there today, I discussed about where a lot of these blocks have come from. So I got this divine download this morning about where these blocks are actually coming from. And I say blocks as in, it's not blocks. So, italics or, that hand gesture where you put the two hands up and the blocks. Yeah, you're not blocked. There is a resistance that is within you. And part of it came from back in the day, there used to be no such thing as a woman trading. There was no real shops owned by women. There was, women were never really taught about money and how to make money work with their energy. So this is really powerful because, back in the day, we're talking eons ago, but it still affects us now because women were never really taught how to make money work for their energy. Okay, we have a very different energy signature to men, and everything that we're being taught about money has to do around men's energy. Okay, and they receive money differently to the way women do energetically. And it comes from the fact that back in the day, women never used to really trade. We used to be maybe given an allowance to a degree, but our money came from men. Our money came from our husbands, our brothers, our fathers. The only real women that were taking care of the household were those women that their husbands had passed away. And then one of the first thoughts and things that they're supposed to do is try and find another husband. Oh, your husband died? Oh, sucks to be you. Find another one as soon as you possibly can, because then who is going to pay for all the things, And so this is where we've been taught that same thing, even still now today. It's like money comes from us now. We manifest it. We're the ones who work for it. We're the ones who do all the things, and we're still not being taught about money in an energetic sense. So this is perfect, right? Because it means that it's open up for discussion. It means that it is available to be figured out. But when we, us women, used to want to buy something and our husbands didn't approve of it, guess what? We sold our jewelry. We exchanged jewelry for the items. A lot of the shops that we went to were witchy kind of shops, the ones that sold the herbs and the spices and all the things nicest. Because we had fertility issues or we couldn't sleep properly or whatever the situation was, we would trade our jewelry because we didn't want our husbands finding out. And so this is where it all stems from. So it's not just, you within yourself that you're separated from receiving wealth. It is a generational thing, and we're breaking those generations now. Like even my mum, when we were growing up, she never worked until my little brother went to primary school. And then it was, from 9:30 till 2:30, so she could still take Matt to school and pick him up in time so that Dad didn't have to worry about him, and we didn't have to, find a babysitter or in daycare or whatever. We went to daycare, but yeah, like I don't remember it was because mum was working. Might have been different. I don't know. But this is the thing, and now I feel like now is really the first actual proper generation where women are running businesses, and not just running a business, a successful, huge businesses. And there's never really been a huge time for that. So part of it is within us. Yeah, we resist it because there's worthiness, there's guilt, there's shame, there's all those kind of things. I'm talking about a large scale here. You might not feel guilty, you might not feel like that, but if you're not pulling in those big bucks, then there's something within you that is resisting. If you want that, and I do want to put that out there, because there's a lot of women who actually don't want to run multi-million-dollar businesses, and that's completely fine. No judgment at all. But if you are capable of running something like that, and that's what you want, and you're not pulling in those figures, there's either like a growth period that you're going through, or there's some resistance within you. So so yeah, and like I'm even starting to think, and I said it today in the Sacred Money Energy activation, is that I really feel like all this guilt is affecting us too, and I feel like it's made up. So if we look up, I just want to have just a quick little look. Let's see, what is guilt? And then it says guilty pleasure. What is the guilt? So the fact of having committed a specified or implied offense or crime. It is the duty of the prosecution to prove the prisoner's guilty. So an informal is to make someone feel guilty, especially in order to induce them into doing something. Hello? Make someone feel guilty, especially in order to induce them to do something. So I honestly think that all this guilt stuff is just completely made up. It's completely made up. It's like, for instance, entrepreneur guilt, right? You have the guilt of working for yourself and not working for somebody else, not making somebody else rich, making yourself rich instead. There's the guilt of mum guilt. Mum guilt is such a huge thing. We are made to feel guilty because we work instead of staying home and looking after the children. But then we're made to feel guilty because we don't contribute to the household. So it's like either way, no matter what we do, there's something to feel guilty for. And so I just feel like that whole concept is completely made up, and it is implanted within us to make us keep us at a low vibration. Money is available to you. The energy of money is available to you. And so start living like that and start really embracing that part of yourself, because, that's where the magic lies. All right, I'll see you in tomorrow's episode. I'll put the link to the Sacred Money Energy program in my bio. So if you go into the description of this podcast, then you will get to the link and you can see through the bio there. So there is still time to join up. There's still 4 days ahead of us. And I'm excited. I'm excited for tomorrow. All right. I hope you have a wonderful, fantastic morning, day, noon, or night, wherever you are in the world. And remember to always learn lots and be kind.